Hey everybody, I hope you're having a wonderful time whenever and wherever this video finds you. Right now for me, it is a beautiful day here in Las Cruces in the desert. Pretty crazy winter weather, way too warm to call it winter by my standards. But the point of this tutorial video is to really line you out on how to navigate the Canvas course and understand how to access your weekly responsibilities for the course, because it's not going to be what I think many of you may think all you need to do to access the responsibilities. So let's just jump right into that. Okay, so leave student view here for a second and just go out to the dashboard. Okay, and so before anything, use Chrome or Firefox. Safari and other web browsers can cause you headache with having access to things, and so just cut that potential just off your radar and out of your life right away. Use Chrome or Firefox, and that can solve a lot of future headaches. So that's number one is use the appropriate web browser, and then go to your account here as I'm doing, and go to notifications, and be very sure that announcement is marked green here. Okay. I communicate a lot through announcements for kind of group feedback and for other important course updates. And if you're not regularly getting those announcements emailed to you, or it's going to cause you a lot of headache. So make sure those are on. And then another important thing is, last semester was my first semester here at NMSU and my first time ever teaching an all online course. And what I've quickly found out was that a lot of students were only using View Calendar here, and I'll just do the stuff that's popping up here. And that's not how the course is set up. There are other things that aren't going to pop up as these assignments that are quote unquote due, that you need to do in order to have success in the course. So what that means is you got to go into the course itself. So just to recap, 3 things right off the bat. Make sure you're using Chrome or Firefox. Make sure within your account that notifications, announcements are turned on, so that they'll be emailed and you'll be notified when I make an announcement to the entire course. And then you need to, as I'm about to demonstrate, go into the course itself here. So world regions. Here, I'm going to go back into that. Go into the student view here, so you're not, the instructor view is pretty busy and has a lot of extra stuff on it here. So I want to make sure that I'm demonstrating this as if I were you. Okay. So every week, this home page will have your responsibilities lined out on it. Okay. And there'll be something to read, maybe some pictures to look at here, like this one. This course start week 1 has here. Maybe some videos or a quote, something that pertains to this week's course, an explanation, and that explanation is of this to-do list. Okay, so every week, make sure you come in here and you line yourself out on what the expectations for this week are, and then you can just go boom, boom, boom down the line and check these things off your to-do list. Again, not to sound like a broken record, but it's really important. I want you to understand, not everything on your to-do list is going to show up in that calendar on Canvas. Okay, so you got to click into the course to do this. I'm human and I make mistakes. Okay, so if you go in here and you go to the homepage pops up, as it naturally will, and you're like, this is like old, like it's a week old. Before you just go ahead and contact me, double check, because what I might have done is I might have just not updated it here quite yet. But if you go to modules, you'll find another way to access those responsibilities. Okay. So you just go to the corresponding week, right? So, okay, we're on week 1, and then you click on weekly breakdown, and that will also take you to, this is what I need to do for the week, okay? If for some reason both of those aren't updated, please send me an email and let me know that that's the case, and I'll fix my brain fart. kind of just going right off of that is, how do you know my email? How do you contact me? If you go to modules again, and you'll see this module called instructor contact info, syllabus, and course schedule. It has exactly what it says it has, okay? Here are my office hours and my email. And please go ahead and send it to me. My door is always open. My office hours for this semester here are 10 a.m. to 11 a.m., Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. Okay, so that just means that there is this, you just click on this Zoom link and I'll be logged in there. Again, I'm human, so if for some reason I'm 5 minutes late, or you're like, he's not logging in, shoot me an email. I'm sure I've just totally spaced it. So just that's how you can contact me there. And this isn't like, this is the only time that I have to contact Brad for like a face-to-face consultation or a chat. That's not the case at all. Okay, I will make myself available and fit myself into your schedule within reason. You just give me a little bit of time to work my schedule around, and we'll figure out days that work and times that work between us, and we'll make it happen if you need to talk with me. Okay, my door is always open, and I enjoy learning with you. And I think a lot of learning happens through discussing and talking things out, making sure we're on the same page, and that we're understanding each other. So don't hesitate to reach out to me that way. Something else I'll just share with you here. If you go back into modules here, all this information is here available to you. And what I've done is I've tried to really minimize what you can click on over here, so it's just streamlined. Realistically, all you ever need is the modules to ever complete and access anything that you need to in the course. Okay, so if you need your e-textbook, boom, it's right here. Okay, if you need, you want to, I included these to get how to get to know me a little bit better. I think it's always good to know who you're working with, and so I've provided that to give you a little more insight into who I am. And I encourage you to share anything that you want and you're comfortable sharing with me about you too. It's definitely a two-way street. I'd love to get to know each and every single one of you. We already kind of went into instructor contact info and all this, but yeah, there's a shadow syllabus, a syllabus, and a tentative course schedule. So, a lot of times when you just have a question, I would just say as default, go to modules and check and see if you can answer it yourself here. And also then go to announcements and just see man, did I miss an announcement? I mean, I don't know about you, but sometimes my email gets a little crazy. And so maybe, you missed an announcement. So then you can go into here and look at announcements. It's kind of weird. I'm not sure why there's all those ones listed there. I'll look into that. Something else you can do is look at your grades. Anytime you're curious how you're doing grade-wise, you can look at that. And then there's people. If you want to access, I'm going to break you all into certain kind of groups. So this will kind of be updated at some point where you can access group members and things that way and get information if you want to email somebody or contact somebody in class. There's that. And these other things you can click and play around with. But that's basically how you navigate the course, how my brain works, and how I've set it up. I'd like to transition now to kind of an overview of the course itself. Okay, as you probably saw there on the homepage at the weekly breakdown, you have some activities to do with the syllabus, and I'm not going to go into too much detail on that. That's something that you can do on your own. But what I do want to do is go over this kind of big picture view of the course. And how my brain works is I think of courses kind of as outdoor expeditions. That's what I've done a lot in my life. It's how I've instructed a lot of my career is on kind of river and hiking expeditions. So that's how I think of this course. And I think of this journey that we're starting right here, right now, as, organized kind of in a spiral. And so at the core is all the activities that we're going to do for the course, including discussions, observations, and readings. Okay. And with this overview, don't really want to go into detail because I think it ruins the whole point, right? So I've already shared a little bit on how to start the course there with accessing a weekly breakdown. And I know you all can then figure it out from there. And week to week, each week is going to progress kind of as a journey, as if we were hiking from camp to camp. It's going to have new challenges, new terrain, new things to learn, new things to look at. new things to explore. And, it's not always going to be easy. It's not supposed to be, but I think it can always be fun. Maybe not fun like eating candy or, binge watching a good show on Netflix or YouTube or something. But in what mentors and coaches have always kind of told me or communicated to me as like type 2 fun, right? Like we're involved in this course because we want to challenge and learn, and that doesn't happen unless we push ourselves and challenge ourselves and embrace our mistakes, right? Like I'm going to make mistakes, you're going to make mistakes, but how we respond to them and our successes, right? Because there's going to be successes as well. That will really help us week to week to progress our geographic skills and our knowledge, and as have a good expedition together. And this is intentionally set up so that it's building off of each other, right? You can kind of see how it's just spiraling around itself, right? So there's going to be repetition involved as we learn these things kind of in a deeper and new ways, more nuanced ways. And as we approach finals week here and the culmination of the course, it's going to be a final project, and all these things are connected, right? And so right from the beginning, I want you to be able to connect all of these different activities and weekly things that we do day to day to this final project, right? Because as we reach the last climb here of our course, there's always going to be more mountains, more peaks to climb, more terrain to explore. But with this final project, it's kind of like this chance to get up at a high point and look back on all we've learned all course long, okay? And so I'm going to publish the final projects right from the beginning here so that you know kind of the final destination, and you can start intentionally having weekly activities and daily activities propel you towards that final project, right? So you're not doing it all at once. It's something that's kind of always in the back of your mind, something you're always thinking of. So let's go back into Canvas here, and I'm going to need to leave student view here to access it. But right after this, I'm going to publish this so you have access to it, okay? But this final project, I'm not going to go into detail. I mean, as you can imagine, it's the entire semester's learning. So it's a fairly robust project, but there's also options for you to do here. So I'm not going to read through all of these details. Excuse me. But what I want you to know is that those core weekly activities all build up to this, right? So be thinking about that and be aware that, becoming better at location and being a better observer of your world and learning how to use scale better. Those 3 skills we're going to focus on in this course, as well as our readings and doing the activities, are all going to help you accomplish and really succeed on this final project and transfer these skills into something that you have a passion for and that you care about. Okay. That's what I want you to get out of this course. It's something that is going to be unique to each and every single one of you. And I am very, very excited to go through this journey together with you. And with that, I'll let you get to the rest of your week's responsibilities inside and outside of this course. So have a good one.